Is everybody back home okay? Daryl.
The second someone mentioned you were all alone, I could feel the trouble coursing through your veins. Now I know it's got a hold. Just a phone call left unanswered had me sparking now. These cigarettes won't stop me wondering where you are. Don't let go, keep a hold. If you look into the distance, there's a house upon the hill, guiding like a lighthouse. It's a place where you'll be safe to feel like grace, cause we've all made mistakes. If you've lost your way, yeah, I'll leave the light on. What's been on your mind? Lately you've been searching for a darker place to hide. That's alright, but if you carry on abusing, you'll be robbed from us. I refuse to lose another friend to drugs. Just come home, don't let go. If you look into the distance, there's a house upon the hill, guiding like a lighthouse. It's a place where you'll be safe to feel our grace, cause we've all made mistakes. If you've lost your way, I will leave the light on. I will leave the light on.
Everyone's alright.
Cause I will leave the light on.
Everyone's alright.
What you got going on? High nose, eyes closed, holding on. And I don't want another date and break. And take all, steal all night away. Warm shadow, warm shadow. Won't you cast yourself on me? in store for me. Keep those eyes closed next to me, and I don't want another day to break. Take all, steal all night away. Warm shadow, warm shadow. Won't you kiss yourself on me? Warm shadow, warm shadow. Won't you kiss yourself on me? Won't you stop breaking in? Red sky, red light, awakening. And I don't want another day to break. Take all, steal all night away. Take all, steal all night away. Take all, steal all night away.
And welcome to TWD on KBLP LLC. It's your host, Denise Harris. Glad you could join me tonight. Wow, this last episode was amazing to say the least. I was like, whoa, big time jump for me. What did you guys think of the time jump? I was a bit taken aback there. I mean, that was a big time jump. I thought maybe they'd have something a little in between before they just dropped us in that, but wow. Of course, we saw things coming when Rick Grimes was taken away in a helicopter. Hopefully we'll find out, maybe by the season finale, where he was taken. Who took him? Like to hear your thoughts on that. Was it the Whispers or was it the new government, so to speak, that took him? I guess we'll have to wait and see. I know there's a lot of things going around about that, but we saw a much older Judith Grimes. I was like, whoa. I wasn't sure at the end of the show before that if that was a future or, was that just like a little sequence they were going to have, but no, it wasn't. We saw a much older Judith Grimes sporting her dad's hat and his Colt Python. Oh, she was awesome, wasn't she? And her adoptive mom's miniature version of her sword. So very cool, Judith. She sort of stole the show this week, I think. She was so cute. And so this week we leap into a future that sees many of our characters change in dramatic ways. It was a 6-year jump. Wow. And some of the younger folks, too, changed. Like Henry was, of course, recast. What did you think of Carol's hair? I was like, whoa. Wow. Doesn't change her, though, does it? I think it kind of looked good, actually. Kind of Jamie Lee Curtis in Halloween hair, that type of thing. How about Eugene's hair, that braid down the back? He's so funny. It looks better, I think, than his mullet, but how about him being so brave? I was like, whoa, Eugene. I hope I have a feeling they're going to have some sequences, flashbacks as to how they got to where they're at. So hopefully we'll find out what changed Eugene. Wow. So, and Alexandria itself has come a long way, hasn't it? And when the new characters due to save last week arrive at Alexandria, when they actually let them in, they're like, holy crap, right? They see, and we see the new Alexandria for the first time. Alexandria looks like a town pulled straight from an old Western film, doesn't it, actually? If the towns were walled in on all sides to keep out the dead, of course, but hey. You have newly erected buildings you might find on a street, like in Westworld. They've been erected next to sprawling gardens. The windmill spins at the center of it all. And it's a stark contrast to the dilapidated kingdom, of course. Do you wonder why they haven't joined forces? Not just symbolically joined forces, but geographically as well. Why don't they just build one big community for everybody? And of course, a big question we all have on our minds is where all the characters have landed. What's become of all our heroes in a post-Rick universe? And this is 6 years. Where's the sheriff? Why hasn't he come home? What's going on in that? Hopefully, eventually we'll find out. And then we have Maggie. He didn't even see her. Did she just not just, is that it? Was that it for Maggie? Hopefully we'll find that out too. Because she was leaving also, but I don't know. I don't know what happened to her. It's kind of crazy. We have no answers yet for some of these. For others, we have a bit more of what's going on. So we're at the kingdom, and we have Ezekiel and Karen. They're married. It's so cute. I love it. I love her hair, and I like the way they put the gray in his hair too. They aged him, of course, 6 years. So I think they did well with that. And they're raising Henry as their own son. And he's played by Matt Lintz, and I think they did a good job with casting him. I mean, just that time jump. I was still kind of in shock when it first happened because I didn't expect it that big of a jump that quick. It was like, boom, 6 years later, wow. And Henry's full of fire. He's a passionate young man, and he wants to break free, of course, of his father's protectiveness. What kid doesn't? And his mom's, of course, too. And they end up going to Hilltop. Zeke didn't really want to send him, but he hugs him. He goes, "That's for the boy." And then he shakes the hand, and that's for the man you become. I'm like, oh, isn't that nice? I think they did a pretty good job with him. So on the road to Hilltop, he and Carol are ambushed, and who appears? What do you know? Some of the saviors we thought we saw the last of at the shootout on the bridge, remember, Jed? And he wants it all. So, they take their supplies. They want their supplies. They take anything of value, even Carol's wedding ring. And, Henry is like, what in the hell is wrong with you, basically. He's just mortified, embarrassed at it. Mom goes down without a fight. And she said, don't worry about it, don't worry about it. And, of course, a badass Carol comes back. You gotta love it. Later that night, she goes out and gets her ring back, and Jed's like, "I swear you'll never see us ever again." And she goes, "I know." Whoosh! There goes the fire. Burns them all to hell. And Carol is on fire too. Too hot to handle, and good old cannibal killer Carol. She's confident and not as broken by inner turmoil. She just walked calmly away and kind of smiled like, gotcha. It's like she's the best version of herself now. So it was good to see badass Carol still in there, but she doesn't have the conflict going on. They just a whoosh, and they were gone. It was great. I loved it. That was highlight of that for me. And they were supposed to head to Hilltop, but instead went into the woods searching for the last Jedi, also known as Daryl, doing his best impression of Luke Skywalker in his self-imposed exile. Maybe he feels kind of responsible for what happened. I don't know. Maybe if he hadn't fought him, none of the other things would have come into play. He's kind of the Luke Skywalker thing with his hood up and Daryl was no more fond of these communities. And after Rick's death, it appears he decided to go alone, it seems like, living off the land, fishing and hunting and keeping to himself. Why they're tracking him down, I don't know. But maybe it has to do with Henry. Hopefully we'll find that out too. Again, more questions. I guess every episode we have more questions. I don't know what I'd do if they actually answered all of them. What's interesting is that maybe it's fitting he's playing this bitter Skywalker vibe going on here because Judith, who is played by Kaylee Fleming, she plays a young Rey in the Star Wars The Force Awakens. So, ooh, and she's a little cutie, isn't she? She's just too adorable. Then, meanwhile, we have the meanwhiles, of course. Back in Alexandria, the survivors have formed a real society. There's some kind of democracy going on there. When you have lost my train of thought there. Michonne comes riding in, new people are there, and she goes, like, what's going on here? Care to tell me? I love the new style of her hair, the one side, very cool looking. And she is real, like, what's going on here? Want to tell me? And she's like, you know the rules. You all know the rules. So, and then there's a creepy old Father Gabriel comes out, how about we let the council decide on what we're going to do with them? And she's like, okay, fine. Put them in holding. So they have some sort of political structure there, democracy, with a council that votes on important issues, like whether or not to let these new characters stay. And the members include Aaron, sporting his cool beard and his new metal arm. Sadiq, he's there. We'll find out what's going on with him, I hope. I don't know. I think Michelle's right. We need not to trust him. There's something going on with that stuff he was giving them for sure. A one-eyed Gabriel, who appears to have taken the council leader role. You gotta love Gabriel. I love him. He's great. And of course, Michonne, she's chief of security, and she takes that seriously. She always has. So, gone is the softer part of Michonne. That's gone. And in her place is someone fiercely devoted to keeping her children and community safe. To the point where throwing out strangers, who seem mostly good people, she doesn't even bat an eyelash at it. So there you go. She's just resolved, I think. After, of course, she thinks Rick is dead, so we shall see. The big surprise is Michonne and his mother not to just... And these people that were there, they were mostly good. I like the new characters. The one with the tattoos, I can't think of her name offhand. Of course, Michonne called her out immediately. Show me your left hand. She's him-hawing around, and she grabs it, and she's got a prison tat. So she knows exactly where she's from, and not what she's done, but, her type. And, and the knife that was, fashioned out of her belt. So she called her out for good. And she's like, can I ask you a question? She's like, nope, and just walks on out. I love it. And then she's back. They're back in their holding place there. They got a fire going. They got stuff going on. And she just like, I think we just go out and kill them all. And the guy's like, what is wrong with you? And I love, and I can't think of their names offhand, but the deaf girl, she's like, don't be an asshole. And I love it. It just tell her, knock it off. Miss Badass there. And they're telling, what is wrong with you? They have children here, families. You can't just go around doing that. And we do what we always do. We fight. Okay, yeah, been there, done that. But as she goes out and she's looking at Michonne through the window, and the surprise is she's not mother just to Judith, but to another young boy. Apparently she was pregnant, Rick's son, and the Grimes family lives on. And I love that. The past episode before this, where he meets Shane, and it's like, she's got your eyes, she ain't got your nose, but and of course the Grimes family lives on, even if Judith is Shane's daughter, right? But it doesn't matter one way or the other. Judith is great. She's tough, sweet, compassionate, and she's just a little ass kicker, right? That's what she was named when she was little, and she still is. The people of Alexandria respect her and even defer to her in some instances. She said, I say we take them back, and okay, they did. And there's kind of a little relationship going on with little Judith and Negan. He remains in prison so far. And of course he has less hair at this point, and he looks gaunt, which I guess he would be after, 7 years in jail? Yeah. Whatever relationship was supposed to form with Carl and Negan is instead happening between Judith and Negan. She's on the steps doing math, and she's talking about airplanes, and Negan's like, have you ever seen an airplane? She's like, no. And he's like, oh, what does it matter then? What's the point? And And she just tells him, it doesn't, if you're a good person on the inside or not, she quips. The numbers don't care. Puts him in his place, doesn't she? She's just so cute. And it looks like that hat's about 10 sizes too big for her, but it suits her. It really does. And what's with Rosita and Gabriel? Whoa. I was like, what? Wow. Rosita and Gabriel, of all people, I never. I thought maybe her and Eugene, maybe. Eugene doesn't like it too well. He apparently has a thing for her. Despite some, they weren't exactly romantic moments between them last season. But her and Gabriel, I was like, whoa, what happened there? Kind of surprising there. Gabriel wants to reach out to the rest of the world, but the radio isn't strong enough. He keeps saying there's got to be more out there. So Rosita volunteers her and Eugene's services to go set up a relay over there. So they go out there, and yeah, Rosita and Gabriel, what do you guys think of that? I was a little shocked, to say the least. Was not expecting that. I was like, whoa. What do you think of Eugene's character now? He's a little older. He looks a little more bulked up. He looks like somebody back from the 1700s with that hair. If you ask me, the way they used to wear the guy, they wore their hair with the braid down the back. So, Gabriel, he still wants to try that radio and reach out to more people. So again, Rosita volunteers her Eugene services. So he's up on this, basically the electrical thing up there that they're getting a signal. And he looks and he sees a herd of walkers who are supposed to be going the other way. And he's like, there's a herd over there. There's a herd coming. Rosita looks, oh my God. He's trying to get down as quick as possible. And he drops his bag, of course. And he scares the horses off. And then he falls partway down and hurts his knee. And it's more like a mad rush to survive this. And she's trying to help him along, and he's like, the knight in shining armor here, Eugene volunteers to throw himself in their path and save Rosita. Basically, he tries to profess his love for her. And she's like, don't make things weird. And there's still time to escape. She's like, don't stop it. Just stop. Don't make things weirder than they are, right? When they make their way to a ditch, they throw themselves over the side and cover their bodies and faces in mud. And this is when the shocker comes. Most terrifying moment of the season happens. As the zombies move past, we hear them speaking to one another. Don't let them get away. The shock that they had was, it was like, whoa, what? Yeah, zombies don't talk. Walkers don't talk, right? But they're talking to one another. Don't let them get away. And they overhear this. And we know they're not walkers, at least not all of them. These are part of the new group of sadistic villains that, of course, the comic book readers will be familiar with, the Whisperers. So they are amongst them. So they're in for a real shock with them, and I think we are too. So they're a group of people who dress in zombie walker skins and do a lot of horrible things. This is such a terrific, unsettling moment in this episode. It was like the most shocking one. It's like, whoa, what? Because you were thinking I'm sure you were thinking, what the hell? And the look on their faces was priceless. It really was. And I really liked this episode. I did like it. I was just, at the first a couple minutes, I was just in shock, like, what the hell? where are we? How much, I was expecting a time jump, but maybe not as drastic, boom, it's there type of thing. Hi, Ike. So, I was just like, whoa. But this was a great episode. It really was. It feels like a whole new type of show going on. And I think they did the right thing with Rick. They needed some new stuff going on, I think, for the show to survive. And by not killing Rick off, I think they accomplished that. They pulled it off. I really think they did. This season has been the best so far, I think, since the first couple. Absolutely. It's just been, they have done good. His supposed death kind of serves as an interesting catalyst for everybody's character growth throughout the community. They no longer have the luxury of one leader calling all the shots. They need to rely on one another now in these communities, on the budding civilization to survive. Of course, Michonne is broken by Rick's death, and Judith finds her pacing and talking to Rick, in her room, but that's okay. She's tough, and she's a single mom with 2 kids, basically, and, as well as everybody else there. So I love the new look she has. She looks even, stronger and, lankier and ready to go. Eugene really looks good in this episode. Like I said, it looks like he's bulked up, lost weight, and he's ready to kick butt. So, and it's going to be interesting to see where all this goes. The new characters, Magna, that's her name, with the tattoos, the prison tats and stuff. And Luke, he's the guy in there. That was his name, Luke. I forgot. And apparently, I think they're going to be sticking around a while. We may get to know them. Excuse me. And these whisperers, we've been looking to this, and they're slowly, creeping in on us there, and they were in with those walkers. Little did they know Eugene and Rosita heard them, though, which was like the shocker of the season there. And hopefully we won't get this all dragged out thing with this new set of villains. I think we're in for a conflict that's better and more terrifying than anything we've seen so far. So, of course, not everything's perfect. Why is Eugene so tough in the beginning and wimped out so spectacularly in the end? Because he's Eugene. Come on, we know Eugene. I like Carol's more confident attitude. She's not always questioning what she's doing. She just did this and just like, whoosh, walked away. See ya. I think we're going to like the changes with the characters, the new changes, and how they've grown in the 6 years. And we don't want to see, I don't think I want to see them go back into old habits. So, what do you guys think so far? Just curious as to what y'all think. I'm loving it. I think it was a great, like I said, Judith really stole the show in this one. She's a real cutie. Like I said, I was still shocked about the 6-year time jump, but hey. Yeah, I thought it was kind of a flash, kind of like a flash forward thing. I wasn't to a future that they would have, but wow, that was that was a shocker. But in a way, this is a new starting point for the series, and I think they did really well. New relationships have formed, of course. And of course, the new enemies are waiting in the wings. They're kind of creeping in there. That was kind of creepy what they did. Um, the biggest points are a lot's changed, of course, in the 6 years. Um, and Alexandria kind of looks like the place like Carl dreamed it one day might, with the gardens and the windmills and Negan's still in prison. I thought he'd be out by now, but I think things are going to change with that. We'll find out what's happening. And he's not begging for death anymore. He's helping Judith with math. Go figure that out. But we don't know the name of Michonne and Rick's baby yet. So we were kind of wondering if she was pregnant. And sure enough, she was. She had a little boy. Oh. And Carol, of course, Queen Carol is so freaking awesome. She's loving being married, I think. She has roots now. She has, they're not wandering. They're not the wandering gypsies they used to be. And, of course, Ezekiel worships the ground she walks on, of course. But Henry is just as bad. I think he was annoying when he was little. He's still a little annoying now, although in adult form. So it's kind of Jed and them, the saviors, they've been kind of wandering for 6 years. So, and they're like the hair, and she just, looks at him, whatever. But to douse him in the fuel and then put him out, whoosh, that was great. I swear you'll never see us again. I know. Boom, that was great. Yeah, Michonne wasn't real thrilled with the new arrivals, but I think, she kind of deferred to Judith there. She goes, it was my decision. I decided that. But then Michonne kind of, after Judith talks to her when the nighttime scene, they're in their house going to bed. And Judith has been playing with, she's got Dad's pistol. And she's always saying, I think that's what Dad would want, and going on. And then, of course, she was playing with the Rick Grimes little doll, too. So Michonne kind of backs down, and they're going to take them to Hilltop. She acknowledges that Judith's decision to bring them home is an act of her father would have approved of, would have been proud of. They can stay, but at Hilltop. She said, "I'll talk to her personally. The leader might take you in." Who's running things now? Is Maggie still there, or is it Enid or Tara at Hilltop? No mention, no scene with her, so I don't know we don't know what's going on with her. Then, like I said, somewhere along the line there, Rosita and Gabriel, I was like, whoa, I'm just like, they're total, to me, they were total opposites. I don't know what changed her mind or what happened there, but whoa. Of course, then you have Eugene. It's kind of a love triangle there. He deems himself as a viable selection over Father Gabriel. Eugene hasn't changed that much, and I don't want him to. Yes, he's, more, I think he's more confident in himself also. He's not questioning everything and worrying about things. But that was funny. He's a viable selection. Even when they're in mortal danger, he attempts to work up the nerve, basically, to profess his love for her. Shut up. Don't make this weird. We're making it out alive. Rosita's answer. You gotta love it. Yeah, number one, those walkers changed the direction, which was odd in itself. And they noticed there's it's not like them in a manner they have not seen before or we've seen before. And when they're in the ditch covered in mud, and they pass, and it seems like, where are they? Don't let them get away, they whisper. Wow. So, interesting. I can't wait to have them on scene. I don't know how they're going to do it, but they're slowly filtering them in, which is great. It's not this big boom, 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 we're here type thing. It's kind of crazy. And they finally introduce themselves, basically. So here's some spoilers. If you don't want to hear it, you better turn it off or turn it down, or turn it, whatever, so you don't have to hear it. So spoilers coming up. Okay. The Whisperers are humans who prowl dressed in walker skin to catch their victims unawares. Of course, that explains what happens when Rosita and Eugene hear them. They're mixed in with them. So we have that going on. Then some viewers notice a hint of their arrival. Of course, we kind of saw them last year. See if you remember this. As Rick led his group to their final showdown with Negan, a huge horde of walkers in the distance could be seen.
Stand up for what's right and you fight what's wrong. You taught me that.
In the distance. So if you remember that, I don't know if you do. They could be seen beyond a series of poles. It seemed like nothing at all. In the comic book series the show is based on, poles similar to these are used as territory marking devices by the Whisperers. And it's a group led by a character named Alpha. Have we figured out what A means yet? I don't know if it means Alpha, A and B, or what it means. But this group is led by a character named Alpha. And Alpha, whose path collides with the still imprisoned Negan in a very big way. He utilizes these poles by placing the heads of any character who gets in her way, including some still alive on the show right now, atop the spikes. She's going to put their heads on that pole as a warning to others. So, in hints that the Whisperers have existed in the Walking Dead universe can be dated back to season 3. That saw Morgan claim to have seen people wearing dead people's faces. Do you remember that? I do. Little did we know what that was going to lead to. Alpha is played by Minority Report star Samantha Morton, with Beta, Ryan Hurst. He's from Sons of Anarchy. Oh yeah. But this is going to be good. It's going to be good for sure. So hopefully Meg is still at Hilltop. We don't know this yet. We'll have to wait. What do we have? 4 more? No, 2 more episodes left. Wow. It's wonderful. I'm loving this season. There's basically a new world order going on. Things have, it's just crazy that it jumped so far. I wasn't expecting it at first. So, awesome. Things are building up again. So we shall see what we shall see. Just wondered what you guys thought. What did you guys think of Maggie's hair? I mean, Maggie's hair. Carol's hair. It kind of reminded me a little of Jamie Lee Curtis in Halloween. You know how they let her hair grow out, and the way they let Carol's grow out. I wonder who had it first. And interesting. But I'm loving it, and Carol's still badass as hell, so that's awesome. But she's more, she doesn't, just walks away. Yeah, okay. Um, so it was a great, great episode. Um, King Zeke is so wonderful. He just worships the ground she walks on. It's great. Um, yeah, Magda was the of the new group. I like Michonne's hair in this one. I think she looks more badass than she did before. Um, and some of their background, they wanted to know, what did you do before? Um, and Luke, the guy, explains their group used to be bigger and what they used to do. And Luke was a music teacher. And this Magna was supposed to have been a truck stop waitress. Connie was a journalist, and Kelly was a high school student. Those are their names. Magna, Luke, Connie, and Kelly. So, but Michonne doesn't want to trust them, of course. I'm trying to think if there's any other thing we need to touch upon. Oh yeah, I love Eugene's little banter with Rosita on their way to the amplifier for Father Gabriel. You know, that and Eugene reminds her some men prefer facts over fairy tales. I'm like, whoa, Eugene. Of course, one of their group is hurt at Yumiko. And Sadiq updates her condition. Let's see. Nothing else. I think we covered pretty much all of it. And Luke also asked Magna, give me your necklace, because that also doubles as a knife. And he's like, give it up. And she doesn't want to do it. And they should fight their way through and da-da-da-da-da. And take their supplies before heading out. But Connie gets on her, like I said, and tells her, quit being an asshole. And tells her to leave that woman alone, basically. Luke says they saved the fighting for people who deserve it, and she surrenders it. She doesn't want to. She thinks she's badass. I don't know. I don't think so. And I love it when Carol said, you hurt my son. Whoosh. There goes the fire again. I loved it. Because they're all sleeping away. I don't know where Magna got this other knife. Tell you the truth, she has another knife. But, she leaves after she sees Michonne hug little Rick Jr. there. And the next morning she hands it over to Michonne, tells her they all do things, and turns around to find Judith, of course, with her father's gun. So, how are you liking this post-time jump change? Like I said, it kind of threw me for a loop there for a few minutes. I was like, whoa. It just, shocked me at first, but I'm good with it now. And the Whisperers are finally here. They're doing a great job with this season so far. And of course, they're going to feature movies. And of course, Rick Grimes will be in it. It's going to be interesting to find out where they did take him. So, and what did they name their child? Rick and Michonne's child. He has to be 5 then at least, right? 4 or 5. So, yeah. Very good episode and season so far. Loving it. Like I said, hopefully, again, we have more questions, but hopefully some will get answered in the near future. You wonder what the mid-season finale is going to be like. So, that about wraps it up for this week's episode. Great episode. Hope y'all liked it. Please let me know what you think. You can go to KBLP LLC, message us, message me, and put your thoughts in there. Let me know. So, I'll give you a rundown for the week. Tomorrow night we have, it's basically music night on KBLP. You have DWD. I'll be on. We're going to finish up. It's part 2. We did the top 25 songs that were made hits from movies. This week we'll wrap it up tomorrow night with commercials and TV shows that songs made that they were hits from these things. So we'll finish it up tomorrow night. And then we have Lolita's Jam. She does hip-hop, underground music, new artists, so check her out for sure. Friday, we have Hollywood Review. And I'm going to try and get in, although I don't know. I may wait till Sunday. We shall see. I had to work till 1:15 in the morning last night, so I didn't get to do AHS. I may just wait till Sunday and do all the last 3. There's a lot going on. Wow! Another great season. Anyway, Friday, Hollywood Review, and then, of course, you have to stick around and join us with our biggest freak, Chris Stevens, with Freaks in the Basement, causing havoc and chaos and mayhem wherever they go. So check him out for sure. Saturday, Encounters. It's Supernatural Saturday. We have Ecto with Michelle. Awesome show. Check it out. True, scary, chilling stories. It's a great show. Please check it out. She is awesome. And then we have Encounters Saturday night. We're going to do Haunted Castles. So be sure and join me for that. Later on, join our own Ag Diaz for the jam, Mr. Ag Dog. And have something to say for that here in a minute. But check him out. And the jam, that's a party all night long, guys. He plays music from A to Z. Anything and everything. So check it out. Sunday, American Horror Story. I'm going to catch up. We're going to do all 3, the last 3 episodes of American Horror Story. Wow, what a season for that, too. Amazing. These shows have gone back to what they do best. So check it out Sunday night. Monday, Sports Talk. Join Ag Diaz and me and maybe Zach Morrison. He's a new podcaster, so we'll be talking about sports. Nothing Tuesday, I don't think. And then we're back. The Walking Dead, of course, on Wednesday. Want to wish our own Ag Diaz a very happy birthday. His birthday, well, it's 12:43. It was yesterday, the 14th. Happy birthday. I hope you have many, many more and hope you had a great day. So from all of us here, happy birthday, dear. Okay, shout out to America True Horror Junkies, Art of Darkness Horror 3-Ring Circus, Walking Dead Freak Show with Michelle and Jason. Total awesome place to be. What else do we have? Shout out to Typhoid Mary's, King Barker and Beyond, Survival Wolves with Mike Ronan. Check that out. Very, very cool. And Conflicted with Julie Kinney. What if scenarios? And of course, Planted B, period O, period B, period. Planet B-O-B with Michelle. It's for preppers, survivalists, whatever. You have ideas, have questions, these are the places to go. So check it out. And of course, always check out KBLP LLC. You can check and listen to our podcast from there. Leave message for us, whatever you think. Let us know what you want to hear. And you can message us from there. And go to KBLP LLC 4 on YouTube. Catch it anytime. So I think that covers it all. I see you next week on TWD. So, should be an interesting show on Sunday night. Have a great night, y'all. Thanks for listening. Peace out.
Pack your things, leave somehow. Blackbird song is over now. Mouths are dry, river runs, hands are tied, preacher's son. Pack your things, leave somehow. Blackbird song is over now. Don't be scared, I'm still here. No more time for crying tears.
You want to die?
No, I don't. But I will. It's gonna happen. And if me dying could stop this, if it can make things different for us, for you, for all those other kids, it'd be worth it. I mean, was this the plan? Was it supposed to be this way? Is this who you want it to be? All you need to do is survive tonight. This is my show. You said it. This is my plan. You're all gonna do it.
away, I'm just a breath away, losing my faith today.
Falling off the edge today.
I am just a man, not superhuman.
I'm not superhuman.
Someone save me from the hate. It's just another war, just another family torn.
Falling from my feet today.
Just a step on the edge, just another day in the world we live. I need a hero to save me now. I need a hero. I need a hero to save my life. A hero will save me. I've gotta fight today to live another day, speaking my mind today.
My voice will be heard today.
I've gotta make a stand, but I am just a man.
I'm not superhuman.
will be heard today. It's just another war.